Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Trogdor, and welcome back to a Pokemon game. This is our first Wi-Fi league. We're in a league called the PBAL, the Pokemon Best All-Time Leaguers Drafters. I really struggle with these four-letter acronym leagues. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so this is this is actually week number 2, because week number 1, I genned my team and then contacted my opponent and then didn't hear back from my opponent. And long story short, I'm starting out the entire season 1-0 +3 because of a forfeit win, which is not how I like to start the season. I would have much rather played my game. I had a really fun team that I wanted to use, but anyway. So my opponent this week is Nibs Plays Games, and I believe the Austin Weaviles. My opponent's link will be in the description if they upload. Not everyone is required to upload, but I am, because Wi-Fi content. Yay! So as you can see, we are searching for our opponent right now. I'm actually doing a post commentary. I live recorded this and I'm doing post commentary because the wonderful developers at Game Freak decided, let's remove the versus recorder. Everyone will like that. Somehow, oh god, just terrible idea. Terrible. I still can't just, at least it's easy to record on the Switch with a capture card. That is, if you have the regular Switch and not the Switch Lite. They kind of really screwed Switch Lite people over. It's like, are you going to bother getting a Switch Lite with a capture card? Why don't you just... anyway. So, here we have my opponent is, Nibs right here. And I'm going to... Well, we're going to have the battle rules and stuff. And real quick, my team is going to pop up on the screen. And I am going to, go over it. And also see what my opponent has. Well, we're gonna go over my opponent's team as well. My opponent has Conkeldurr, Corsola, Galarian, Hatterini, Rotom Heat, Cloyster, Mudsdale, Rillaboom, Driftbloom, Slurpuff, and Heatmore. And this is the team that I am rocking here. I have my Roserade with Black Sledge, which is an offensive lead Roserade. With it's speedy enough to outspeed literally everything unboosted on his team, which is a great thing that I can do because my opponent's team is so slow. So I'm rocking my Roserade. It's got Toxic Spike, 3 attacks. I've got a sub SD Haxosaurus, which is going to be amazing. I have a slightly defensive, slightly offensive Tyranitar with Rocks and Lumberry. I have a Scarf Cinderace because I can be adamant, outspeed everything unboosted, and then slap a Scarf on it and it outspeeds literally everything except for +2 speed Cloyster. I've got a Mantine that is bulky as all heck. It is a really great switch into things like the Conkeldurr, like the Mudsdale, potentially the Rillaboom. And I've got my Rapidash because Tyranitar just destroys everything except for Conkeldurr, and Rapidash just does kind of amazing against Conkeldurr. And okay, so Roserade is a really fantastic lead for me right here. I am scared of... It's going to do an amazing job. It's got a fantastic matchup. Its coverage is amazing. The only thing that gives it an issue is the Rotom Heat. And the Rotom Heat is completely dick-blocked by Tyranitar, but then Tyranitar is completely dick-blocked by Conkeldurr, but then Conkeldurr is completely dick-blocked by Rapidash. And this cycle continues, and the only thing that really breaks that cycle is the Cloyster, which is just kind of awful and ruins my day. Alright, so let's check out what my opponent decided to bring. So there's the Rillaboom, there's the Mudsdale, the Conkeldurr. I'm not really surprised to see anything, except there is no Rotom Heat. So there is obviously the Cloyster, which if that gets a Shell Smash, that's going to be awful. Conkeldurr, I have my Rapidash and stuff. In a mock battle, the Rillaboom was scarfed, So that actually had a decent matchup and almost won versus me in Amok before Cloyster came in and destroyed me. But so I'm expecting that Rillaboom to be Scarf right there. That Conkeldurr is obviously for Tyranitar to just not go completely ham. And yeah, so I'm just looking at the options that I have. I really want to lead with my Cinderace. Like, it outspeeds everything, so whatever lead, I will get the momentum right away. However, I saw the Cloyster, and I know the only way I'm going to be able to beat it is if I get a Toxic Spike up. So I want to get my Toxic Spikes with Roserade. If I get one layer, that would actually be preferable for me, because I still want to play a very fast offensive game, and regular Toxic does not work well for that, but regular Poison does. So here's my opponent right here. So we're getting into this battle, so good luck and have fun to my opponent. I want a nice clean game. I don't want any funny business. I want to, you know, I want a good game. I want to start my Wi-Fi stuff off right like. So Rillaboom comes in versus my Roserade, and it's really tempting to just click Sludge Bomb right here. But like I mentioned, I'm suspecting that Rillaboom could be a Scarfer. So it could U-turn, it could knock off, it can do a lot of things, but either way, I can live at least one hit and get up a Toxic Spike. If I go first, that's great. I can go for the Sludge Bomb the next turn, but if he goes first, I'll know for a fact his set. He may still think that I don't know because I might be a bulky Roserade, but who knows. So U-turn does a decent chunk. I do have my Black Sludge, but I am able to freely get up my Toxic Spike. And given that my opponent's team is mostly grounded, like there is no Rotom, and he didn't bring his Rifflim either, so the team is grounded, there are no poisons, and his only spinner is the Cloyster, which if it's not a balls to the walls Shell Smash set, that is you know, not going to be a spinner exactly. So Cursola comes out. That's an easy switch into my Tyranitar. Roserade isn't doing a ton to this thing. I said that Roserade goes completely green eggs and ham on my opponent's team, bar the Rotom, but it's also bar the Corsola. So Tyranitar is, you know, gonna be my switch for that. I do have the big crunch, and the only thing that really wants to switch into that is the Conkeldurr, but that switches into Tyranitar like all the time. So Destroy Tar makes its first appearance, and I get up the Sand, which my team is, even though I have two Sand Setters on my team is not a Sand team, but like I mentioned, I need to play a very offensive game here, because number one, the stupid timer. Just imagine that I spend the entire game ranting about the timer. So I could get up my rocks right here, but I could just go for the big boy damage. So between the spike I have up, or rather the one poison spike I have up, and the Sandstorm, that'll get some much needed chip to make it easier for Roserade to clean up, for Cinderace to clean up, for Rapidash just to punch holes. So I don't want to like lean too heavily on my bulky things. It's all just to get enough chip that things can come in and clean up. So here comes the Conkeldurr, and the Conkeldurr gets poisoned, and I'm like, oh great, that's probably Guts Conkeldurr, isn't it? I should have seen that coming. It's a double-edged sword, but I do need the chip. The defense drops, but I of course need to just get out of town. Even an Earthquake isn't killing right here. I want to say that my Tyranitar is max attack. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, could Earthquake kill, but, like, probably not. It would probably, like, live, and even if it went down to the Toxic and Sandstorm next turn, I really want my Tyranitar around, because he's got the hat, because he's got the... what else? The Cursola. So I need Tyranitar around for those things especially. So I really should be going into Rainicorn right here. I don't know why that was a hard decision. I knew that Rainicorn was my switch 100% because he's going to go for like the Drain Punch or the Close Combat or the Fighting move, or maybe get Cheeky and go something else. But yeah, here comes the Close Combat. Rainicorn tanks that. really well. For 4 times resist, that probably is a guts, but I didn't really bother calcing it because I knew Rainicore can come in, and now I can just go for a banded Psycho Cut, and nothing is really going to appreciate that hit at all. My opponent does not have a Dark type this match, or on the team at all in general. That's why Rainicore is so good right here. And it also helps that I outspeed everything. And I want to say that I'm Adamant banned, or was I Jolly banned? I don't exactly remember, but either way, nothing is going to appreciate this hit. So I don't know why this was a hard decision for me. Again, it was like, oh, what's his switch into this? But I'm just going to go for the Psycho Cut anyway. So, we are communicating. So, Conkeldurr leaves, obviously. And then the Cursola comes back in. And I wasn't able to get any, any insight on what the spread was. But that does a lot. That just did a ton of damage. So, it was probably a Spadef because it was Calm Mind. And it now goes down to the combination of Sandstorm and Poison. I actually wasn't 100% looking at the screen when that happened. I didn't see the order in which the Sandstorm and Poison went down. At first I thought Tyranitar got the passive kill there, but it was in fact Roserade. So Roserade picking up the first, technically the first KO of my entire season. I knew it was going to do a great job this game, but I didn't realize because it was just going to wear things down passively. I don't like playing stall, but like I mentioned, that was just for extra chip damage. For especially like emergency, oh no, it's Cloyster. So Mudsdale comes in, and I know that I can't spam Psycho Cut versus this thing because it's gonna have the stamina ability and probably just like blow me back with, well, it can't do, what is it, Body Press, that's the defense stat. It can still do like high horsepower and stuff. So I'm just gonna make this safe play into my Flappy Bird, the Mantine, right here, as I drop things on my floor, but you know, whatever. So Mantine comes in, and if I time this correctly, the Sandstorm is going to go away, so I don't have to exactly deal with that. As he goes for the rocks, that's fine. It's only really my Mantine, oh, and Cinderace, that's weak to rocks in this battle. So yeah, the Sandstorm goes away. I'm gonna go for a Scald right here. I was tempted to be a little cheeky and Rain Dance just because why not? Honestly, I only have that move because the move I originally had was actually an illegal move. So I just had to put something else on, and it's like I only really need Scald, Air Slash, and Roost on Mantine for it to be effective for me this matchup. It's like the opposite of 4 move slot syndrome. So Scald is gonna do a decent amount of damage, and between that and Poison, like Stamina increases defense, not Spadef. So yeah, he goes for the Rock Slide. Yeah, wow, that did a lot of damage to Mantine because I'm fully Fizz Def, but it's, you know, it's a Mudsdale, it's powerful, I'm super weak to it. And with the poison damage, I'm going to be able to take it out with another Scald. I thought he might switch out, but I figured, like, it was like, oh, I could go for a Roost right here. Well, even if I went for a Roost, the Rock Slide wouldn't have done as much. But I figured Scald, just like, I can take this down right now. If he switches, I can use next turn. So Mudsdale goes down. Mantine isn't quite at full. I would like to get off another Roost, if I can. So yeah, communicating again. So that's 2 down now. I'm sitting pretty nicely at 6-4. Thanks to, well, thanks to stuff. But then Cloyster comes in, and I think to myself, oh, it's this thing. I might just lose. I'm gonna click Scald because just in case he smashes right here. Oh wait, did I go for the Air Slash? Oh yeah, I went for the Air Slash because that's doing more damage. Cloyster's Spadef is not that great. Because I'm just gonna click buttons in front of Cloyster. That was my plan for dealing with it, is just when Cloyster's in, just click buttons. Hopefully he gets toxic. Hopefully I can like get some Sandstorm turn wear down on it, and this is the only thing that my plan was only really to deal with it passively. But he goes straight for the Rock Blast, and you're gonna see something really interesting right here, gamers. we're going to see that it hits 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I thought that I just miscounted in the game, but it turns out this Cloyster is not in fact correct. So yeah, my opponent said like this Cloyster was kind of a misgen, you know, those things happen. So I wasn't sure if he was just like making a prediction or if he just wanted to get rid of Mantine before he could safely Shell Smash. But I was going to go for a Roost right here in case he did want to Shell Smash, and then I would go into Tyranitar, set up the Sandstorm, switch it back out to something that I can sack and let it go down passively. Wasn't the greatest plan in the world for Cloyster, but in fact, I was only able to beat it because it, number one, didn't have an item and was the wrong ability. So yeah, Mantine still went down because of it. That was a thing that just happened. So I'm debating what to bring into Revenge. I could U-turn with Cinderace, but you know, I figured like why not go into Roserade, because now that, what is it? I can basically get free damage with Roserade right here. So Roserade coming in, I'm gonna go for the big Giga Drain. Nothing can really switch into a combination of that and the Sludge Bomb. So yeah, my opponent stays in. So I get the second KO with Roserade now. So I am back up to, it's 5-3 now. Roserade 2 kills, Mantine pulling its weight but doing an abhorrent job against Cloyster, but it was the wrong Cloyster set. So yeah, let's not, yeah. It would have been tough to deal with if it was the correct set, because like I said, I kind of just lost to it because I couldn't outspeed +2 Cloyster. Anyway, so Roserade, yeah, doing a fantastic job this game. I imagine next he's going to go into, what is it? Yeah, he goes into Rillaboom right here, because I know that this thing is Scarfed, and Sludge Bomb would be doing a decent chunk to it. I debated just like tanking the hit and going for the Sludge Bomb, or did I actually do this? Because yeah, I don't really have much I can switch into this, going for a potential knockoff. I'm okay with Roserade's item getting knocked off at this point. So yeah, I guess I just do stay in and go for the Sludge Bomb, but he's probably going to go for the U-turn right here. I know I can live one of those, not comfortably, like if that was a crit I would have gone down. So yeah, the likes of Conkeldurr aren't going to appreciate this. Hatterene definitely doesn't. Did I already KO the Cursola? I don't know, but either way. My opponent have Corsola or Cursola? The battle definitely had Cursola, but I thought I prepped for Corsola. Either way, like I said, Conkeldurr just like can't really tank that, and it's gonna go down to the poison anyway. So Roserade gets the second passive KO of the game. So yeah, good job, Roserade. So now my opponent just has a couple mons left. I believe the Hat, and the Rillaboom. So I know Rillaboom is, you know, could KO my Roserade at this point. I'm not going to go for the Sludge Bomb. I figure I can just go into Tyranitar now, or do I go into Rainicorn? No, I go into Tyranitar here. I imagine my opponent will go for the U-turn right now, but T-Tar does an amazing job with it. Well, no, T-Tar is going to just flat out lose to the Rillaboom 1v1. Like, if he goes for a big fat Wood Hammer right here, that's like, ouch. So, Destroy Tar is in. And also I noticed that thanks to Cinderace being a Scarfer, I can potentially clean up with it. Like, once the Hatterene just gets a little bit of chip. But at this point, it's like, you know, Cinderace will be getting at most 1 KO, but it could have, it was just like easy cleanup crew at a certain point this game. So I know he has to switch right now. I'm going to go for the Crunch. Hatterene can definitely not take 2 of these, and Poison and Sandstorm and chip. So, and I'm going to outspeed this too. Like, this is probably a Trick Room hat. Like, this kind of looked like a low-key Trick Room team, but I'm not sure. So I definitely can't take 2 of those comfortably. Might have been a high roll, but yeah, between the residual chip and stuff, it's not happening. So Hatterene is, yeah, about to drop Rillaboom can definitely come in, go for the Wood Hammer or Seed Bomb or Drum Beating or whatever it runs, and then I can just revenge with my Cinderace, and it will be at worst a 4-0 at this point, which is great. So I'm going to pull out. It's looking likely for a win right here, unless something really weird happens, which, you know, it's Pokemon. Anything can happen. Like, yeah. I could have been miscalculating the Scarf this whole time, and it turns out that, oh, Roserade just had the wrong speed number. That could be a thing, but no, this definitely looks like the Scarf Rillaboom. Otherwise, it wouldn't have switched out. So yeah, I figure, like, I can just let T-Tar die at this point, and it'll still be a 4-0. Like, I could try to preserve differential, but I'd have to predict it, and then if I predict it wrong, yeah, just blah, blah, blah. So, massive recoil, but it doesn't matter because, you know, even from full, Cinderace would have KO'd it with the Pyro Ball. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to go into Highway Go-Go and just click the really cool button, and yeah, we'll see what happens after that. It's a really cool animation, so, you know, I could have killed it with U-turn, I could have risked going for the Gong Shot, but I just figured, like, let's go for the really fun looking one, because why not? Because this is a Wi-Fi battle, and I need, like, the cool Wi-Fi animations, otherwise why do this, you know? So yeah, here we go, and boom, and that's a dead Rillaboom. And we come out with the 4-0, which was pretty cool. So, good game to my opponent, of course. That was a really fun game. Yeah, Cloyster spooked me a lot, not gonna lie. I guess that was just kind of an unfortunate mistake. Would have had to play around, but at the end of the day, Cinderace was just kind of amazing. So, alright, so that was just the game. Again, good game to my opponent. Really looking forward to playing the rest of the games this season. Wi-Fi is, you know, more fun than I was expecting. So stay tuned for all that jazz. Like the video if you liked it, of course. Comment down below if you got anything else to say. And subscribe if you want to stay up to date with this league and other league that I do and other random Pokemon nonsense. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.